Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you're watching from today. We have some more big news involving Venezuela as threats of war continue to skyrocket. The U.S. moving in a ton of naval assets. Thousands of troops are on the ready. They've got spy planes flying out of Puerto Rico. We are hitting a point where it looks like it would be shocking if something did not happen. You don't move this much equipment, gear, and men just for the hell of it. And Venezuela continues to pop off, make threats, and now they're making more threats directed at the United States of America as if they're going to possibly strike our military first, sink our ships in the Caribbean, which, of course, will then open the floodgates for combat the likes those idiots have never seen in their lives. So we are going to get into all of that and much more. Before we do, please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free, costs you guys absolutely nothing, and is a huge boost to the channel. Comment with your thoughts below. Let me know in the comments how you want to see President Trump handle this situation, how you want to see him deal with Maduro in Venezuela. Hit the bell, all notifications turned on. You won't miss a thing. And then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X D Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. My DMs are open. Feel free to jump in there and send me any tips or any other information you might have. Now, let's get into it. As we know, the United States and Venezuela have been racing. They are racing towards a path to a military conflict. The reason for this on the United States side is there is a $50 million bounty on Maduro's head, because he's essentially one of the biggest drug cartel bosses in the world, and they use Venezuela to flood their poison, to flood their drugs north, their people north into our country. And as we all know, the damage and fallout from that is nothing short of heartbreaking and devastating. So President Trump has made it crystal clear that's not going to be tolerated anymore and put a $50 million bounty on Maduro's head, with the hopes most likely that one of Maduro's own people would step up and get the job done for us by taking him out. If that fails, then the United States will do it ourselves, judging from the movement of naval ships. I believe they're saying now there's over 1,000 cruise missiles that are staged off Venezuela's coast within striking distance. 1,000 cruise missiles is obviously a hell of a lot of firepower, and you could just obliterate stuff before a single U.S. troop would even touch the ground. On the Venezuelan side, they completely reject this. They claim that, the U.S. is attacking them for no reason. They're completely innocent, and I don't believe that. Of course, Maduro is a piece of garbage. Nicolas Maduro is a bad guy. He absolutely is involved in the drug game. There's no question about that whatsoever. So he can come out and say whatever he wants. It's not going to change the reality that he's staring down multiple U.S. Navy ships, which leads me to this. So this comes from the AP. It says Maduro says Venezuela ready to respond U.S. military presence in Caribbean. So let's go ahead and read part of this. Hold on. Got a little something in my throat. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro on Monday said his country was at a maximum preparedness and ready to respond if attacked by forces that the United States government has deployed to the Caribbean. His comments during a news conference come as the U.S. government this week is set to boost its maritime force in the waters off Venezuela to combat threats from Latin American drug cartels. The U.S. has not signaled any planned land incursion. Very important. Remember, we don't need to go in on land. We can just hit them from the sea with 1,000 cruise missiles by thousands of personnel being deployed. Still, Maduro's government has responded by deploying troops along its coast and border with neighboring Colombia, as well as by urging Venezuelans to enlist in a civilian militia. In the face of this maximum military pressure, we've declared maximum preparedness for the defense of Venezuela, Maduro said of the deployment, which he characterized as extravagant, unjustifiable, immoral, and absolutely criminal and a bloody threat. He said he would constitutionally declare a republic in arms if the U.S. attacked Venezuela. He did not elaborate. The U.S. now has 2 Aegis-guided missile destroyers, the USS Gravely and USS Jason Dunham, in the Caribbean, as well as the destroyers USS Samson and the cruiser USS Lake Erie in the waters off Latin America. The military presence is set to expand. So it says right here, more ships are showing up. And then let's highlight this. It says, on Monday, Venezuelan Foreign Minister Yvonne Gil, citing a United Nations report, told his counterparts in various Latin American countries that the deployment of U.S. maritime forces is built on a false narrative involving drug trafficking. So that, again, they go that they don't want this to be real, or they're claiming that they're lying. Now let me throw this up on the screen. So the State Department is now offering a reward of $15 million for the conviction or arrest of Vladimir Padrino Lopez for conspiracy to distribute drugs on board an aircraft registered in the United States. So they're not just putting a bounty on Maduro anymore. They're now also putting a bounty on their equivalent of the Secretary of Defense, their head of the military. Like I said, folks, this is as real as it's going to get. They're not playing games. Trump is not playing games. The military's not playing games. You don't move that much stuff just for the hell of it. You move that much stuff when you plan on kicking things up, when you plan on absolutely brutalizing whatever the target might be. Let me drop this off the screen. Now, do I think that this means we're going to bomb Venezuela today or tomorrow? No. What we're doing right now is we are strategically positioning ourselves in case President Trump makes the decision that he does want to go kinetic, hands-on, offensive, whatever you want to say. He is positioning himself to get that job done. He's putting assets where they need to be to get that job done, if that's what it comes to. Having said that, well, I don't think it's imminent that it's going to happen right now. The fact that Maduro is threatening the U.S. Navy in the seas of the Caribbean, that would bring this ball game to a whole different level. If they attack U.S. Navy ships, number one, their Navy will get destroyed immediately. Our submarines will come in and clean up. Our aircraft will get up in the skies and obliterate them. If they honestly open fire on the U.S. Navy in the Caribbean, it will be a death sentence for Maduro. His regime will be overthrown. His regime will be absolutely crushed. There's just no other way to sum it up. So I don't know what he's thinking by making these threats. Doesn't seem like a very smart thing to do. In fact, seems like a pretty dumb thing to do. But Maduro has a history of saying things, posturing away. He's bragging currently about sending old men and women to the front lines to fight the U.S., which we've talked about before. And now he is point blank threatening the United States Navy in the Caribbean Sea. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. If he wants to guarantee he gets taken out, open fire on those Navy ships, and you won't probably be alive 72 hours later. It is crazy that this is the position Venezuela's taken, but that's the position they're taking. So we'll see how it works out for them. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this situation, what you think of Maduro's comments, what you think of him threatening the United States Navy. Go ahead and like and subscribe. As always, totally free. Cost you guys nothing, and it is a huge boost to the channel. Hit that bell. All notifications turn on. And then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead. XD Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. Go ahead and give me a follow there. DMs are open if you want to send me anything. Until then, I'll see you all next time.